Hello everyone, today I would like to share with you the process of creation this beautiful levitation fabric using Cinema 4D and Redshift render. Enjoy watching. Let's prepare our scene for the simulation. To do this, press Ctrl D, select the Simulation tab, then go to the Scene tab and set the gravity values to 0. Next, go to the Simulation tab and increase the substeps value to 40. Create a plane and increase its size to 1000 by 1000 and also increase the details to 250 segments. Go to the Text tab, Simulation Text, and add a cloth tag to the plane object. Next, let's add the force that will act on our object. Go to the Simulation tab, Forces, and select Turbulence. In the strength value, set it to 100. In the scale value, set it to 100. Now let's go to the cloth tag settings. Select the Surface tab. In the bendiness value, set it to 200. In the stretchiness value, set it to 10. In the mass value, increase the mass to 25. Activate the damping parameter, check the override box, and increase the strength fields to 10%. Go to the Balloon tab and activate this parameter. In overpressure values, set it up to 10. In the expansion, increase the time to 50. We check the scene and see how everything turns out. Great, the plane object has been transformed into cloth. Let's add some additional detail to the plane. To do this, copy the turbulence. In the scale values, change it to 100. Copy the turbulence again. In the scale values, change it to 50. Let's check the result. We can see additional detail. A very interesting pattern and rhythm of fold has appeared. For ease of further work, we will calculate the simulation cache. First, let's increase the timing and make it 500 frames. Go to Cloth tag and click the Cache tab. Click Cache Object. The object cache has been calculated. Let's check it. Everything works great. Now let's slow down our animation. To do this, we will switch cache to Alembic. Click Convert Object Cache to Alembic and save it. We see that the Alembic is ready. Now let's retime it and slow down the cloth movements. Make sure the Use Animation parameter is enabled. In the speed values, change it to 30. Go to Time Remapping tab and move the top point of the remapping curve. Set the point Y values to 0.4. We can see that the fabric has slowed down and we've achieved the desired effect. Increase the frame rate to 800 frames. Assemble the same composition. Create a camera. Set the focal length values to 25 mm. Create two nulls. One null value will move the camera in depth, the other null value will move the camera in height. Change the names: camera rotate, camera Z, camera move. Add the camera to null camera Z and null camera Z to null camera move. Go to the camera and rest the values. Set the P rotation value to 12. Move the camera in depth. Set the Z value to -1600. Move the camera in height. In the Y field enter 10. Now let's move the plane in space. X -50, Y 500. For rotation, enter the following values: H -35, P 45, B 45. The plane is perfectly composed in the frame. I want to add variety to the fabric pattern and make it look like a torch. Let's fill the empty space there. Duplicate the plane. Reduce the size of this plane. Set all values to scale 0.75. Move it behind the main plane. Change the coordinates: X 23, Y 700, Z 515. Change the rotation: H -130, P -85, B 15. It's time to create the water surface. Create a plane. Reduce the number of segments to 1. Increase its size to 6000 by 6000. The same composition is ready. Let's move on to creation material. Select material, standard, the first material for fabric, second material for water. Let's add materials to the object. Go to the cloth material and refine it. Set the reflection weight to 0.4. Let's make a fabric a little more transparent. Set the transmission weight to 0.4. Let's add texture to the material. Select a texture for diffuse and add an out color node to color. Select a texture for reflection and add an out color node to roughness. Create a normal map and load the texture. Reduce the scale normal value to 0.05. Select the normal map and add a node to bump map. Now to adjust the texture scale and add IO float node. Select float and add scale node. In the float node values, change the following values. Set it to 10. Everything works fine. The texture scale changes simultaneously across all the textures we have added. The fabric material is ready. Now let's move on to creating the water material. In the water material parameters, change the IOR to 1.33, increase the transmission weight to 1, enable dispersion and set dispersion to 64.17. Now let's add ripples to the water surface using maximum noise. Create maximum noise. Change the overall scale to 50. Change the coordinates scale to 5, 1, 1. As we can see, the texture has changed and become more horizontal. Let's set the animation parameter so our ripples move. Set the speed parameter to 0.1. Set the loop period parameter to 5. Duplicate the maximum noise and change its type to stopple. Leave the speed parameter unchanged. Set the loop period parameter to 10. Change the coordinate scale to 4, 1, 2. Add the bump map. Change the height scale values to 0.1. Add an out color node to the bump map input. Blend the bump map using Bump Blender. Add the first bump map to the base input. Add the second bump map to the layer 0 bump input. Change the band weight parameters to 0.3. Add the Bump Blender node to the bump map. Let's check our results. As you can see, everything works perfectly. Change the roughness parameter to 0. As you can see, we have some bending on the geometry. To correct this, I will add an erase object. Select the object, go to the text menu and select Render Text. Add a tag to the object. Go to the Geometry tab and activate Override. Activate Tessellation and duplicate this tag on the second plane. As you can see, everything is smoothed out and there is no more bending. Now let's move on to setting up the lighting. I will use Res and Sky lights as the main key lights. Let's add it. Let's disable Material Mode. Reduce the lighting intensity. Set the intensity multiplier to 0.05. Let's rotate the light source and set its value to 100. Lower the horizon, setting its horizon height to -0.5. Set its ground color to 20. Let's add another light source and make it a fill light. We'll highlight the left side of the fabric a bit. To do this, create a null and add an area light to it. Increase the size of light source, making 2000 by 2000. Add the prepared gradient texture to the texture channel. Move it back in depth and set its Z parameter to -1500. Rotate the light source in the H field to -115. In the P field, set it to -25. To prevent the light source from being reflected in the water, exclude it in the settings. Go to Project Exclude and add Water object in the Object field. Now reduce the light source value. Set the intensity parameter to 5. Our scene is ready. We can add color controls. Click the gear and activate color controls. Set the contrast to 0.02 and add points to the curve. Okay, I think everything works perfectly. Send the image to the render. The render is finished and the image is ready. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. You can find the files for this tutorial and support my work on my Boosty or Patreon channels. Thank you for watching. Until next time. Bye everyone.